Welcome back. For more on our top stories and others, please visit our website channelstv.com and youtube.com/channelsweb. You can also watch us on the go. You can do that on your mobile device. Log on to m.channelstv.com and download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from their respective stores. The Channels TV and the Channels 24 apps will give you access to news and updates. You'll also have access to the Eyewitness feature, so you too can share pictures, videos, or news of happenings around you, so you can be part of the news. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu. Don't forget to follow the instructions you see. Well, as we know, all is set for the governorship elections in Anambra State, southeast Nigeria. But we want to know what the mood is like, and to tell us more on that is our political correspondent, Sheon Okibaloye. He is live in Awka, the Anambra State capital. Hello, Sheon.
Hi.
Okay,
Thank you so much, and you're welcome live to Awka, the capital of Anambra State, where at the Command and Control Center of INEC at the headquarters, where we are monitoring this election for you. As we speak, it looks so much like INEC is going about town to ensure that the distribution of sensitive and non-sensitive materials are done based on what they have planned and what they have scheduled. So Channels television reporters are all around the state, from Orumba to Onitsha. We are monitoring this situation. There are a few concerns, though, in town, especially where the distributions are happening. A lot of apprehension as to the issues of logistics. There are a lot of the ad hoc officials who are still waiting in the wings, waiting on the moment when they will be able to collect and distribute the materials. Those are the reports that we are getting on the ground, and Channels Television can confirm that to you. We did hear from the INEC rec earlier, the man who is at the arms of affair here, who told us that everything has been planned, transportation intact, but it looks so much that much will have to be done in the coming hours to ensure that the 8 a.m. start to this exercise tomorrow will be indeed a success. Well, let's tell you about the security situations in and around town. There are stops and checks by the Nigerian police. We did also can tell you that about 26,000 police men and women are on the ground. 3 choppers, we understand, will hover around the 3 major senatorial districts to monitor this election. And also in the riverine areas, there are gunboats, and the Navy will assist the police and other security agencies on the ground. Earlier on, we spoke with the DIG in charge of this election, that is the Deputy Inspector General of Police, Mr. Joshak, who told us about the plans of the police. Take a listen to him.
We are looking at a situation where there won't be less than 5-6 security personnel placed in each of the polling units, and that has informed our opinion of bringing in 21,000 to meet the 5,000 policemen on ground here, bringing the total to 26 physically captured by names and deployed by names. And
we will be seeing area surveillance also. What about the sea?
We have 3 helicopters dedicated, 1 each to the senatorial district. This one will be aerial patrol, but it will also assist even INEC staff if there are reasons why we have to get them. We also have 15 gunboats supported by the Nigerian Navy on the sea. There are 3 local governments that is predominantly water. If you go to Onitsha and watch through, you will.
And so that's a word from the Nigerian police, the most senior police officer in Anambra State as we speak, and who is in charge of this election. Okay, now let's look at some other areas. What other people are saying about this election? International and local observers are monitoring this election for us, and to see what exactly is going to be happening tomorrow. One man who is the chairman of the Nigerian Bar Association Election Monitoring Group is Mr. Festus Okoye. He joins us now on Channels Television to give us an insight into what exactly is happening. Thank you so much, Mr. Okoye, for joining us on Channels Television. So what can you tell us precisely from what yourself and your group have seen so far in terms of preparations, the conduct and security?
Well, I think that the Independent National Electoral Commission understands the centrality of this election to the whole democratic process in Nigeria. And from what we have seen, the non-sensitive materials were distributed on time. The sensitive materials are also being moved at the appropriate time to the appropriate places. So in terms of preparation, I think that the Independent National Electoral Commission is on top of their game. But what we want to see is a situation where they will make sure that nothing goes wrong with this particular election, and they will make sure that all the personnel that have been trained for the purposes of the conduct of this election are the personnel that will be found out there in the field tomorrow. So as of today, the Bar Association has 8 branches in Anambra State. The chairman of the 8 branches are properly mobilized, and the MB Election Working Group is also on ground, and they are moving around the various local governments to have a feel of what is going to happen tomorrow. But tomorrow we are going to deploy fully. Yes.
Looking at the legality, since you're a representative of the Nigerian Bar Association, yes, what can you tell us? Has there been any infringement or infraction to the Nigerian law, especially to the Nigerian Electoral Act, in this exercise so far? What do you see? What are your fears?
Well, I think that the various political parties and the various candidates understand the provisions of the law. They know when they are supposed to stop campaigning. They know when they are supposed to remove their campaign materials from the polling units. Because they know some of these things, they don't want to infringe on the law and dent the chances of their being declared the winners of this election. So as of today, I think that the campaigns have been very peaceful. The conduct of the political parties has been very, very okay. And if you also look at the conduct of their primaries, you can see that the quantum and volume of litigations that was expected has not been there. And I think that one thing that is fundamental in this election is that the candidates have all gone out to go and appeal to the electorates for votes.
Okay. Yes. Before I allow you to go, yes, election is tomorrow morning, yes, 8 a.m. From what INEC has been doing in the past to review the law, to amend the law, which areas do you think is critical for this election that you think perhaps INEC is not doing, or what they have done? Just briefly.
Well, I think that what INEC has done is to remain within the confines of the existing law, the law as it is today. You know that the Electoral Act is still going through a process of amendment, and until those amendments are completed, the issue of electronic transmission of results and the other issues will still be in abeyance. But as of today, I think they are operating within the extant laws as they are today.
You think the election will be free and fair tomorrow?
It is our hope and our prayer that the elections will be free and fair, so that the Anambra people will be proud of what they have achieved.
Thank you so much, Mr. Festus Okoye, the chairman of the Nigerian Bar Association Election Monitoring Group. And that's it for now. It's back to you, Anne.
All right, thank you very much. Our correspondent Sheon Okibaloe there in Awka, the Anambra State capital, and he has been talking to us about preparations on elections for tomorrow. In less than 17 hours, we'll be knowing how all that will go down. But in just a moment, when he's across Nigeria returns, we'll be talking infrastructure in Enugu State. Please stay with us.